everyone. Nicola here with Remedical. I am the Veteran Outreach Specialist, and I am so excited today to be featuring Justin with Veterans Referring Veterans, or VRV for short. He is the mastermind behind this incredible online web-based platform where you feature businesses, veteran-owned and operated businesses all around the country, all around the globe. So we are so excited to feature you today. You have also been such a huge advocate for Remedical for the last couple years now. You have sent so many referrals our way, and we are so grateful and appreciative. So welcome, Justin.
Hi, Nick.
Hi. Thanks so much for being here. So first of all, just want to get people to know you. Like I said, you have just been such a huge support of Remedical for the last couple of years, but what you do is also super awesome and make such a huge impact in the veteran community as well. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to also kind of share what you do and give some information as well to our viewers.
Yeah, totally. No, thanks. I really, really appreciate it. Always a blast with you. And I always love like your motivation and desire to help out veterans. Like it every time I talk to you, you're so passionate about it. So thank you. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, VRV, Veterans Referring Veterans, is a website, web-based directory for veteran-owned businesses and nonprofits. That's our core. So we got the website, and then so what businesses or nonprofits do, they go up on there. So if you go and visit it, you can see their stuff, but I wanted to give more of a storytelling rather than just, oh, here's a directory like white and yellow pages.
Right.
But it's like the veteran businesses on there create their own profiles. So they add their own pictures, description, bio, links to all their social media pages, and talk about their business a bit. And then, with the bio, it's like people can get a feel more for the person behind the business. I wanted a more personal feel for it, especially in this day and age with social media and all that stuff. I think we really that connection. So I really wanted that to show these veterans and to really tell their stories, because there's a lot of, I've been through my fair share of crap, but there's so many other guys that are out there on the VRV with like multiple Purple Hearts, missing this and that. And they're like, taking progress, taking steps forward, and here they're running their own business and doing all these things and helping out others, where a lot of veterans get trapped in that negative bias a lot, and it's really easy to fall into. So that's one of the things about the VRV that I think is super powerful, is that
so cool.
Yeah, like showing if I got somebody that says like, oh, I'm disabled vet, I can't this and that, and I'm like, well, what can you do? Stop with the can'ts. What can you do?
What can you do? Yep. Yeah. That mindset for sure. I love that. Now, you obviously are a veteran yourself. Would you mind just kind of telling just a little quick background of where you served and what you did, and maybe how VRV sort of came to be?
Yeah, totally. So I guess going way back, graduating in high school, I was like, I'm gonna go to college and become an architect, whatever. That didn't work out after a semester. So I ended up I wanted to join Army, and then talking to different recruiters. It was funny. I was waiting outside of the Army recruiter office, and they were late. And then this Air Force recruiter came in, and he's like, why don't you come talk to me? Because I was literally going to sign papers with him. And Air Force recruiter was like, why don't you come over and talk to my office, and da-da-da. So he chatted me up, and anyways, he sold me on the Air Force. So I joined the Air Force.
Oh, so he got you.
He got me. And it was funny because he's like, you know what? Go down to, because I live in Colorado Springs, and I'm back here now. But he was like, we have bases all over the place over here. But he's like, go up to Peterson Air Force Base. This is back when you didn't have to have an ID to get on the bases. And he's like, go up to Peterson Air Force Base. Just look around and see how the people are. And then he's like, go to Fort Carson and see how they are.
Uh-oh.
That's what did it. And I was like, a little bit better over here.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And how long did you serve for?
So joined in 99, and then went through first duty station. I got lucky with Aviano. Then I went to Korea, and then I went to Hill in Utah, and then I went to California. And then I ended up getting medically retired just after 17 years. And
Okay.
so, which sucked because I was almost about to hit my 20-year mark. And
Oh
then,
man, so close.
yeah, yeah. So, but I had when I was in Utah in 2004, we deployed to Iraq, and I had an injury that ended up resulting in me losing some of my fingers, and I had a couple other medical things that came down with that. And because they tried med boarding me for my fingers, I fought through it
Got
and
it.
stayed in. And then I had some other stuff come up that I guess was related to the burn pits that showed up later.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
big thing now.
yeah, yeah. So I got like COPD was like the big hitter, and then like Crohn's disease, which sucks, but it's being manageable pretty good right now. But anyways, so everything happens for a reason. I didn't make my
Yeah.
20, but I got out. Then I was like, I get out, and here I am in the civilian world. Like, what do I do? And I ended up, I'm 100% by the VA, so I was very blessed
Nice.
with that. Yeah, and so they're taking care of me. And then I do have my retirement still, so which is nice. Well, not the pay, but the benefits. But anyways, I was looking for different jobs and stuff. My dad's a realtor, and he was talking me into getting into the realtor world. So, because I was going back to school, but I'm like, by the time I get my degree to become an architect, because I was going back to become an architect again, it's like I'm gonna be like 44 years old. Who's really gonna hire me against these college guys just coming
Yeah.
out? So ended up going the realtor route using Voc Rehab. For those that don't know what Voc Rehab is, you need to check it out. Use that to get my realtor license. Sorry, telling the story kind of quick. So then,
No, it's okay.
so within realtor stuff, network, pretty much any business, networking is super,
Yeah.
super important, right? It's all on who you know and this and that. So I was going to all these networking events and stuff like that, and there's always like literally like the same people at every single one. Not every single one. They'd kind of be a little bit switching up, but then it was just really monotonous, same thing, and I was just being bored to death by somebody trying to sell me it's like Tupperware for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. So
Well, I know
anyway,
you've also made a lot of connections too, like with other veterans as well. I know when we
yeah.
first met, that's kind of how you
So yeah,
met
so
other veterans.
going back to where I was in college, like the second time, and this is just a community college. Don't think I'm no big boy university thing.
Yeah.
So I met these other veterans, and they were doing like small business stuff. One of them was Daily with he owned Moonlight Cleaning with his dad. So when I got my realtor license, I was like, hey, Daily, I'm doing, why don't you come clean these houses and do whatever? So we started working together. Then fast forward when I was doing my networking stuff, I was in this class, and they were telling you like, oh, you need to start up your own networking events and stuff like that. It's really good for getting your name out. Long story short, the veteran businesses that I was meeting, I was using because they're showing up on time. They're treating my clients like actual people, not a paycheck. And
That's
they're putting
awesome.
their heart and soul into everything, right? So I wouldn't see them at these networking events. So I'm like, where are you at, dude? And they're working. They're like busting their butt, working. They don't have time to go to these networking events. So I was like, I was like, I want to come up with something to help us veterans out. It'll just be online, like a Facebook group. We'll start there, and then we can, help each other out. And we got, anything coming up where we can go over and help out or support.
Totally.
We'll do that. And I was like, I got to have a name for it. So literally that night, I came up with the Veterans Referring Veterans. I was like,
love
VRV.
it. VRV. It's so easy.
Yeah. So it's got to have that. So literally, I had that, and I talked to my buddy, my buddy Mike, because I don't have my real estate card to show you, but he came up with my design for my real estate cards, right? So
that's awesome. Shout out Mike.
right? Yeah. So Mike with Halo Design, because he came up. So with my
Is
fingers,
that
right?
the logo behind? Is that the?
Yeah. So he
There
came
you
up with
go.
the logo, but I told
And on
him,
your hat.
yeah, everywhere. But I told him, I was like, dude, this is what I'm starting up. But I'm doing this Facebook group. I need a little logo for it, but I want to have it made by a veteran. I was like, I love your stuff.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And he's like, dude, I'm a vet. I'm like, what? I had no idea. I know this guy for a couple of years. And he's like, because here in Colorado Springs, like the veteran card's pretty overplayed, if you ask me. Like it's all over the place. But he's like, when I was explaining to him what I was doing, he's like, no, I totally get behind that. So he came up with the logo where I didn't want it like in your face, like veteran.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So So yeah, they came up with that, and we had our Facebook group, and he's like, why don't you keep this open to like everybody else so people can see it? And he's like, and I was kind of like talking to him about it, and he's like expanding it. And literally from that chat, within a week, we came up with the website. So the website's the main source, and we still do like socials, networking events,
Yeah.
On top of all of our social media stuff, running the podcast, just doing stupid stuff. Like, of course, my like TikToks or whatever. I try to branch
Yeah,
out.
but you have a great following. You have an awesome
Yeah.
following on social media and on your website. And that's actually how that's how I found you initially, was your website. I was online trying to get in touch with, a lot of veteran owned and operated businesses to kind of, put some of our brand awareness and our information out there. And I know when we connected, you were so awesome and, providing us information to be featured on your website and featured on your social media. You gave us access to your Facebook, like the platform there. So I know when we first started, there was definitely hesitation, not with you, but just in the veteran world of just companies like ours, assist with their medical disabilities, their benefits, and that, all that world. And so I know when in the beginning, when we first met, maybe what was your kind of initial impression of Re and like what you had heard?
So you guys were absolutely amazing, because still to this day, every time we do something or I push you out, and I'll screenshot it and send it to your inbox, because everybody's like, oh, I hooked up with Remedical. They're absolutely amazing, this and that. And you guys really help these veterans understand the process of the whole VA claim and all that, like with the Nexus letters, the DBQ stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of veterans just don't know. They just get kind of tossed out into the world, like, there you go, figure it out. And here you guys are. And yeah, I've got one of my friends here that I've known for years, that as soon as I put you guys up, he's like, dude, I used Remedical literally last year before I put you guys out. But
that's
every
awesome.
time I do a post, I'm sending like 2 or 3 messages from people that have reached. I know
you are. I know.
Yeah, they can't talk enough good about you guys. Like, your whole team, I think, with helping these guys really understand what the whole process is doing within the VA and their claims and ratings and all that stuff.
Right.
You guys are really helping them out a whole ton to fully understand. So thank you, because that's my job, is to get you guys out there. So
thank you. As you know, we take such pride in the veterans and obviously the community, and being like a neutral third-party company, it's so important for us to connect veterans, with the medical professionals they need in order to obtain, the DBQs or disability benefit questionnaires that qualifies them based on the VA's criteria. And so it's hard sometimes out there. We want veterans to feel confident in submitting their disability claim. And so it's so important that, businesses like yours and friends that reach out, that they, have a very honest and upfront approach of what we do and how the process works. And so, we're so appreciative, obviously, of you kind of putting our name out there, and, equally want to do the same for you, because what you do is amazing as well. And, I've sent some people your way, of people that are like, hey, I wanted, this for my house, or I want, I think what's so cool about yours is you feature so many different veteran owned businesses. Not just, everything.
I got something for you. So check it. Like, I'm sitting at my table right here. Got all this stuff. So officer privacy, right? Like, these guys help secure. I got another good one here. Those guys help secure police officers' private information on the internet. And then I got Ashley. Ashley with Patriot Beads and Brass.
Yes.
She makes bullet-themed jewelry.
Yes.
And then the last one, I got Four Brothers Mead. They make their own mead.
Oh, they're awesome. They are so cool.
Yeah.
But
and it's like all this stuff. I know. I even got you that does kids books. Like, I got all. You should see my table here, because I love talking about all these people. So, anyways,
but that's what I mean. Like, it's so cool. What you do is it's not just. Obviously services that are provided, which we obviously are. But I love that you feature, just across the board. So thank you for what you do as well, and just being, such an advocate for Re and for all the people that you've referred. And you know.
No, I just want to say real quick, because you and your whole team, like everybody there, because every referral I'm putting out is going to come back to me, whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully
I've
good.
never had one complaint from you guys whatsoever. Like, so not only from you, which your enthusiasm and your passion that just talking to you every time is like, you can just feel it, but everybody else within your team that's there has been so helpful to these veterans. Like, because they're always like, oh, can I talk to the one chick that was on your TikTok? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Nick, but she might be busy. So, and then I don't know, they'll talk to somebody and they're like, yeah, they helped me out so much.
That's
and
awesome.
The whole process has been really good with these veterans. So thank you.
No, we have an amazing team, and we definitely are dedicated, you know, veteran first. And it's just so important that obviously veterans deserve the best, including like our respect and our compassion and honesty. And that's definitely what Remedical, you know, strives to provide. So we definitely appreciate that. But I just want to, you know, just plug you for a second for anyone who's watching to check out, you know, Veterans Referring Veterans, your website, all your socials, right? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah.
And whatever I'm missing.
I'm not really on LinkedIn. I kind of got off LinkedIn a little bit. It was hard to manage the other ones, and it's easier for me to communicate off the other platforms. And so if anybody that's listening, anybody has any questions, like I manage all the things. So shoot me a message. If I don't get to you right away, I promise I'll thread through and get to you. But I love talking to people.
And anyone that reaches out to me too, that's interested, I will definitely put you in touch with Justin as well too. So, but thank you so much for talking with us. And honestly, again, thank you so much for all the veterans that you have sent our way. We are so appreciative of it. We're so happy. So just wanted to thank you.
No, thank you. Seriously. Thanks for having me on too. I really appreciate it, Nick.
Definitely. We'll chat with you soon.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Right. Bye.